Before we dive into this video, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button and join us for more breathtaking visuals, serene moments, and inspiring landscapes every week. Let's get started. Asgard is more than a kingdom. It is a realm of ideals and responsibilities. The Aesir gods represent the structure of society, law, order, and war. In their shining halls, they plan the fate of the realms. Frigg, Odin's wife, sits beside him, the queen of Asgard. And she sees the threads of destiny, though she never speaks them aloud. Frigg is the silent strength, the unseen weaver of fate. It was she who begged every being and object not to harm her son Baldur, save for one overlooked mistletoe. The tragedy of Baldur marks the beginning of the end for the gods, a moment of sorrow so profound, even the earth weeps. But life in Asgard continues. Each god fulfills their duty. Tyr settles disputes among mortals, Thor smashes foes of the gods, and Odin, always seeking knowledge, speaks with the dead and wanders the earth in disguise. They are not perfect, these gods. They are proud, vengeful, curious, and flawed. But they are also protectors. The first line of defense against chaos that always lurks at the edges of the 9 realms. The Vanir represent a different kind of power. Where the Aesir dominate through force and order, the Vanir rule through nature, emotion, and spirit. Long ago, the 2 pantheons fought a great war. It was not a war of mortals, but of magic, elemental fury, and divine wrath. But neither side could win. So, a truce was made. Gods were exchanged. Peace was forged not through conquest, but through understanding. This union changed everything. Njord, calm and wise, brought his knowledge of the sea to Asgard. He blessed sailors, calmed tempests, and enriched trade. His son Freyr brought fertility and growth. Farmers praised him during sowing season, and lovers whispered his name in springtime. Freyr would later fall in love with a giantess, Gerdra, and give up his sword to win her hand, a decision that would cost him dearly in Ragnarök. And then there is Freyja. She is beauty and passion incarnate, but also a warrior, riding into battle to claim the worthy dead. Half of those slain in battle go not to Odin, but to Freyja's field, Folkvanger, where they feast until the end of days. She is mistress of Seidr, the magic of fate and transformation. Even Odin learned from her. The Vanir remind us that power is not only taken, it is nurtured. Loki is the most fascinating and the most feared. Born of giants, raised among gods, he belongs to both worlds and yet to neither. Charming, clever, and often helpful, Loki's wit saved the gods many times. He tricked dwarves into crafting powerful relics, Mjolnir, Gungnir, and the golden hair of Sif. He once transformed into a mare to distract the builder's horse, only to return months later, having birthed a foal, Sleipnir, the 8-legged steed now ridden by Odin. But Loki's mischief spiraled into menace. He grew bitter, resentful. He orchestrated the death of Baldur, watching with wicked glee as Frigg's worst fear came true. For this, the gods bound him in a cave beneath the earth, with a serpent suspended above him. The venom drips onto his face, and his screams shake the world. His wife, Sigyn, catches the venom in a bowl, but each time she must empty it, the poison strikes. And Loki's rage grows. He waits for the chains to break, for his monstrous children to rise. For Ragnarök, not every god is known by mortals. Some work quietly, shaping the world in ways unseen. Heimdall, born of 9 mothers, is the ever-watchful sentinel. His horn, Gjallarhorn, lies at his side, silent for now. He needs no sleep. His gaze sees through dimensions. One day, he and Loki will meet in battle, and neither will survive. Bragi, the god of eloquence, is the soul of stories. With a silver tongue and a harp in hand, he recites the deeds of gods and heroes alike. He is the bard of the divine. Idun, eternally young, tends golden apples in her orchard. Without her, the gods would age. When she was once kidnapped by a giant, the gods weakened, their strength fading, until Loki retrieved her for once the hero. There's also Skadi, the snow-shrouded huntress, who chose her husband by the look of his feet. When she discovered her mistake, she returned to the mountains, forever walking in the snow. Forseti, son of Baldur, sits in silence atop a hill, rendering judgments, so fair no one disputes them. And Eir, healer of gods and warriors, whose knowledge of herbs is unmatched. Together they remind us that not all strength lies in war. Some lies in wisdom, in healing, in song, and in justice. The end begins with winter. Not one, but 3 endless winters. Snow buries the lands, brothers turn on brothers, parents forget children. The sun and moon are swallowed by wolves, the sky burns, the seas churn, and the chains break. Fenrir howls across the 9 realms. Jormungandr arises from the deep, his body coiling the globe. Hail opens the gates of the dead. Loki, wild-eyed and full of fury, leads giants and monsters to battle against the gods. On the plains of Vegrid, gods and beasts clash in the final war. Odin the Wise meets his end in Fenrir's jaws. Thor kills the world serpent, but stumbles, poisoned. Freyja, swordless, dies to Surtur, the fire giant. The flames consume Asgard. The Bifrost shatters. The World Tree trembles. But this is not the end. From the smoke rises hope. Baldur, once dead, returns to lead the survivors. The sons of Thor, Móði and Magni, inherit Mjolnir. 2 humans, Leif and Lifthrasir, emerge from the woods to begin anew. The sun bears a daughter who takes her place in the sky. A new world, a green world, a world reborn. Norse mythology doesn't fear the end, it embraces it. For even gods fall, but life somehow always finds a way. These are the gods of Norse mythology, mighty and mortal, divine and doomed. They live in the sagas, in stone carvings, in whispers carried by the wind. They teach us about courage, about sacrifice, about the unending wheel of creation and destruction. They are not perfect, but they are unforgettable. And even now, in our modern world, the legends endure. Because in the heart of every storm, in the fire of every forge, and in the silence of every forest, the gods still live.